What if the Volkswagen in your driveway could still be running strong when other cars have already been retired? 300,000 miles sounds almost impossible. But getting serious mileage out of a Volkswagen isn't about luck, treating it like a museum piece, or hoping you bought the one perfect car. It's about something much simpler: stopping small problems before they become major failures. Volkswagens can be remarkably durable when they're maintained according to the needs of their specific engine, transmission, and model. And if you're serious about keeping yours on the road for the long haul, these are the habits that matter most. Number 1. Stop treating oil changes as optional. Oil is one of the most important things protecting your engine, especially
Those
if your
turbos spin
Volkswagen
at
uses
speeds
a
that sound almost
turbocharged
fake.
engine.
Well over a
Heat, short trips, fuel dilution, and normal engine wear can gradually reduce the oil's ability to protect internal components. That's why maintenance intervals matter. Your first step should always be to follow the maintenance requirements for your specific Volkswagen. But if maximum long-term durability is your goal, some owners choose a more conservative oil change interval, particularly when the vehicle regularly experiences severe driving conditions. The exact interval isn't the only thing that matters either. Use oil that meets the Volkswagen specification required for your particular engine. Don't assume that the most expensive oil is automatically the best choice. The correct specification is what matters. And don't forget the filter. A quality filter and a consistent maintenance history can be far more valuable than saving a small amount on bargain parts. Because an engine rarely goes from perfectly healthy to catastrophic overnight. The damage often starts much earlier. Number 2. Learn your engine's weak points. Here's something many owners overlook. There isn't one universal Volkswagen engine. Different engines and generations have different maintenance requirements and known failure points. Some may have issues involving timing systems. Others may be more sensitive to cooling components, oil consumption, or intake deposits. That's why generic advice isn't enough. Find out exactly which engine is in your Volkswagen, then learn what that engine needs. If your engine uses a timing belt, follow the manufacturer's replacement requirements. If it uses a timing chain, don't ignore unusual startup noises, warning lights, or diagnostic faults. The goal isn't to become a mechanic. It's to recognize when something deserves attention. A strange noise that happens once might not mean much, but if that noise repeatedly appears during cold starts, acceleration, or other specific conditions, don't simply turn up the radio and hope it disappears. That's exactly how inexpensive problems can become expensive ones. Number 3. Protect the cooling system. An overheating engine can transform a healthy Volkswagen into a major repair project surprisingly fast. That's why coolant deserves more attention than it usually gets. Check the coolant level according to the manufacturer's instructions. Look for unexplained drops in coolant level, inspect the expansion tank and hoses, and pay attention to any signs of leaks. The important part is catching the problem before overheating occurs. And don't assume that every universal coolant is automatically appropriate for your Volkswagen. Use coolant that meets the specification required for your particular vehicle. Because replacing a tired cooling component can be painful. Repairing an engine damaged by overheating can be far worse. Number 4. Don't forget the transmission. Engine maintenance gets most of the attention. But if you're chasing 300,000 miles, your transmission has to survive the journey too. If your Volkswagen has a DSG transmission, follow the correct fluid and filter service requirements for that exact transmission. Conventional automatic and manual transmissions have their own maintenance requirements as well. This is one area where guessing can be especially expensive. Don't assume that lifetime fluid means the fluid will remain perfect forever under every condition. And don't assume that one transmission's service procedure applies to another. Check the requirements for your exact vehicle and transmission, or have a qualified Volkswagen technician verify them. The engine may get you moving. The transmission is what keeps that power getting to the wheels. Number 5. Listen to the car. Your Volkswagen is constantly giving you information. The problem is that many owners only pay attention when something becomes impossible to ignore. But ignoring a recurring symptom for months can allow one worn component to create stress on others. The goal isn't to replace everything just because the car has high mileage. It's to identify worn components before they create bigger problems. One small repair today can sometimes prevent a much larger repair later. And that leads to another part of long-term Volkswagen ownership that many people overlook. Number 7. Find a technician who knows Volkswagens. This might be one of the most underrated longevity strategies of all. You don't necessarily need to take your Volkswagen to a dealership for every repair. A reputable independent shop with genuine Volkswagen experience can be an excellent choice. What matters is whether the technician understands the vehicle's engines, transmissions, diagnostic systems, maintenance procedures, and common failure points. Good diagnostics can save you from replacing parts that never needed to be replaced in the first place. And there's another simple habit that becomes incredibly valuable as your Volkswagen gets older. Keep records. Know what was replaced. Know when it was replaced. Know what still needs attention. A detailed maintenance history makes it much easier to make smart decisions when the car starts accumulating serious mileage. And this brings us to the real secret behind reaching 300,000 miles. It's not about waiting until something breaks. It's about maintaining the car before it breaks. A Volkswagen doesn't need perfect conditions to reach serious mileage. It needs consistent maintenance. It needs the correct fluids and parts. It needs inspections when something doesn't feel right. And most importantly, it needs an owner who doesn't ignore small warning signs. Because here's the part that might surprise you. The biggest threat to your Volkswagen's longevity may not be the number on the odometer. It may be the inexpensive maintenance job you've been putting off, the fluid you haven't checked, the warning light you've learned to ignore, the strange noise you've convinced yourself is normal, the service you've decided can wait until next month. That's where long-term reliability can start to disappear. So before you worry about whether your Volkswagen can reach 300,000 miles, ask yourself a much more useful question. What does my Volkswagen need today to make the next 100,000 possible? If you found this useful, give the video a like, subscribe for more practical car advice, turn on notifications, and tell us in the comments what Volkswagen you drive and how many miles are currently on the clock. Your experience could help another Volkswagen owner keep their car on the road for years to come.